Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to your weekly Zodiac reading. This is for the week of October 8th through the 14th. Yes, I realize I am doing a live stream on a Wednesday and not a Friday. What can I say? I will be out and about on a Friday, so change of plans. Things had to be shifted. So we're doing this now, and I fully am aware that a lot of you I will miss. During the live stream, you'll have to watch the playback due to not only the date changing, but also the time. It is currently after 3 p.m., so a little late for my usual, but we're going to go ahead and do this anyway. So if you joined me live, great. If you caught me in the playback, great, fantastic, welcome. Great to have you. We'll be using Colette Baron-Reid's Enchanted Map for today's weekly Zodiac readings. So let's go ahead and get started with Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And that went right off into my lap. Okay. Okay. Oh. That's the pits, but it is what it is. And just for the record, my ancestors have asked me to use reversals this time around. Sometimes they don't. So Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, we have Flying, Intention, and a Gentle Gardener in the reverse. As much as you are very focused and intent on doing things, creating things, getting things done, there's a hiccup, and it's right here in the Gentle Gardener in the reverse. You might actually have a little bit of a doubt. Limiting beliefs cropping up, and they're putting a hitch in your step. So as much as you're all off to the races, all galloping off into, the sunset, yeah. It's not smooth sailing. So pay attention to the things that maybe you're quietly saying to yourself. Pay attention to the people that are naysaying you. Pay attention to those moments when your ego gets in the way. Simply because that's going to slow you down. That's going to stop you. That is an obstacle. But at the same time, if we are potentially creating, our creation energy, our manifestation could be sabotaged. And this could be from either an outside force or self-sabotage. Saboteur, sorry, gotta say it. I don't like it either, but sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And we're going to move right along to Taurus. And yes, I am going to be moving fairly quickly. Whoa. That wanted to come out. Really, really nice and easy. We have the Bone Collector in the reverse, Stormfields in the reverse, and Slow and Steady in the reverse. Oofta. Okay. You ever feel like, as much as life's a dance, but sometimes you take 5 steps forwards and then all of a sudden you're taking 8 steps backwards? You might feel that way right about now. And the reason why your pacing is off, the reason why it's difficult, why it's a struggle, why it feels you're kind of pushing a boulder uphill, is all because of something you missed. There's something to be learned, something to be had. And unfortunately, because it wasn't integrated, it wasn't acknowledged properly, you've still tried to move forward, and as well as you are still slowly moving forward, you're not getting the progress that you normally would. And actually on this Slow and Steady card, they're actually showing me the snail bottom. So round and around you go. Yes, You might feel like you're stuck in a repeat cycle, and that's because there's a lesson. There's something there that you should have learned, noticed, or taken hold of. And because you didn't, you might feel like it's stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. Or you go really far forward, and all of a sudden it's like you lose all the ground you gained plus extra. And it's all because something you missed. Something important needed to be integrated. A lesson needed to be learned. So you might have to go back for a little bit of a puzzle piece this week for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Start paying attention to things that are on repeat. Look at them closer. All right, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What's going on for your week? And please note, there's also a eclipse on the very last day of this week. Oh, gosh. Okay, we want those. We have Flying Intention, Peaks of Joy in the reverse, and Metamorphosis in the reverse. Oh, my gosh. So, Gemini, two minds about everything, and it clearly shows in these two cards. Unhappiness not changing, really going for it and trying to create. So we have focus, we have intention, we have concentration, and then we have things over here that are just falling apart. Let's see what's here. And as much as that seems like an oxymoron, the closer I look at this, the more it seems like you are being very intentional. So, yay, if you harness the right energy, and instead of being at two minds about everything, to where you actually gain progress because of super focus, and you're looking at areas where, yes, maybe they're not so happy, joy, and they've remained that way for quite some time. That way you can literally try to change it. So there's an opportunity actually for you this week for Gemini placements. But it's not something gifted to you. It's not something that is new. It is not something just now showing up in your world. No, this is something you've had to contend with for quite some time. And you either know about it, didn't do nothing with it, or it's just kind of played in the background, and now's the time to start paying attention to it. Which, like I said, we have a eclipse at the end of the week. So if you're showing up with an opportunity to get a lot of heavy lifting done, I would take that opportunity. I really would. No holds barred. I would take that opportunity. Walk through that door. Yes. Very much so. Number one, why? Yeah, the weekend's on a eclipse, and that energy lasts for up to 6 months. So, this opportunity to do some hard work and things you've neglected probably is not going to go away in the next 6 months. So, if you ignore it now, it's still going to be waiting there, and you're just going to get prodded repeatedly until you do something. And if you wait too long with that 6 months energy from the eclipse energy, chances are by then the universe towards the end will force you to do it. So it's best to walk through the door when it opens and you get the nice, gentle, courteous invite versus the shove through the door. Alright, I'm going to keep moving on for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Cancer placements up to this week. Home in the reverse. Wizard of Awareness, Magical Prayer, Golden Palace in the reverse, and Commitment in the reverse. Oh my God, you are all sorts of out of whack. Out of whack, out of whack, out of whack. So we might be a little out of our depth, out of whack. Might even feel a little topsy-turvy. Yes, I know that's a very old saying. You probably haven't heard it in a while. And because things are out of whack, you're not going to be using what's available to you quite so much. You're not going to want to reach for it. And it's kind of like you've got a disconnect, or you're purposely disconnecting from things. Now, in some circumstances, that's good. When, things are bad and, yeah, they throw you out of whack, and that's a sign that maybe that's not for you. So you go into protection mode. So you disconnect from certain energies because they're not good opportunities. They're not good relationships. So you go inward and sever those ties. But I would be aware of what you are walking away from intentionally and unintentionally. Because there's a difference between knowing something's not for you and walking away from it and disconnecting it, severing that attachment, or having it accidentally sever or be damaged without your conscious knowledge. You might be doing something accidental. And I normally don't do this, but I'm way too curious, simply because I know how this reads, and a particular person who is a Cancer sun. I am being nosy right here. Protecting treasure, encouragement, both in the reverse. Oh my gosh, okay. Yowza, okay, so we might be a little, okay, maybe not a little, very vulnerable. Let's put it that way. Very vulnerable this week for Cancer placements. And that's going to rattle you. That's why you feel out of sorts. You feel like vulnerable, exposed. And this could be from something somebody said, or it could just be your emotions are all over the place, and that leaves you in a vulnerable spot. Like you've lost part of your shield against the world that you normally would have intact. Somehow it's compromised this week. Alright, and a Leo. Sun, Moon, and Rising. And hello to anyone who's joined me in the live stream. We're on Leo for the week of October 8th through the 14th. And there is a eclipse on the 14th. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What's going on for you guys this week? Whoa. Okay, Leo's got stuff going on, and because this is my placement as well, this will be interesting. We have commitment in the reverse, into the unknown, field of dreams, balancing act, details, wishing well, unexpected visitors, compass, and moonlight. It seems like there is something you've desired to achieve for quite some time. And perhaps you felt it was the wrong time, or you haven't been consistent in it. But it's very much that deep wish, dream, one of those secret heart's desires type of things. However, because you don't always see how to get there, if it's possible, that can be scary. Scary to start, scary to continue. But there's actually little nuances, little moments that you're going to have when you try to do this particular thing that are going to go really well. They're going to help keep your dream alive, to hold out hope. And what's great is that you're going to have people that can help steer you in the right direction. So instead of being all wishy-washy and fearful on your own of trying to accomplish something that you truly desire, something you truly wish, you're going to find out that a path can be revealed for you. There is a way to do this. And keep a lookout for the people that might actually show you that, to reveal more information. Maybe you needed a different perspective. Maybe it was so simple as, hey, I needed to go on YouTube and watch a tutorial of how to do this because I was doing it wrong. And that unexpected person with a tutorial is the main one that pointed out the details that you needed to push you in the right direction, to make sure you had a little bit more confidence in yourself. So this doesn't have to be a physical person to you. This could be somebody that you watch through a class or a tutorial on something as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be a physical in-person person. And we're going to move right along to a Virgo. Sun and rising. Oh, okay. And there's the other part. Okay, we have solitude in the reverse, ride the wave in the reverse, metamorphosis in the reverse, stuck in the mud in the reverse. Oh my gosh. Magic stream in the reverse and magic prayer in the reverse. What is going on? Nope, that's really all I wanted. Okay. That's kind of disappointing, but Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, my Virgos. Wow. You might have felt for a while that you've been bashing your head off a table. I don't know how a kinder way of saying that is. You just kind of repeatedly bashed your head and coasted. Things unchanging. And it's been frustrating. You might actually be questioning why things haven't changed. Why there is no help or change in circumstances. And the problem is that the answer is not outside of you. I mean, you're always welcome to put yourself out there and ask for help, yes, but that's not where the answer is. Yeah. It's like you're slowly moving and then all of a sudden crash. Things spiral downwards you hit a wall. You're not totally stuck. It's just your connection with things, it is really kind of hammering you hard because it's off. Yep, flying, intention. I don't know what's up with these two cards. These two cards have come out together repeatedly so far. And I normally don't pull extra cards, but because we are dealing with eclipse energy, I'm not surprised. Okay, you actually might be dealing with a little bit of a burnout. Sometimes you feel like you've, like I said, coasting, and then all of a sudden, wall. So your energy levels, like, drop, they tank. Your focus kind of just goes. You might actually be dealing with poor sleep, burnout. Your focus and concentration is just not there. So, as much as people really can't help too much with that aspect, they can help you with other things. Try to focus the best you can. And yes, I would opt to try and have some more downtime. Eat better food. Take better care of yourself. Have some more sleep. Make sure you don't overdo it. One of the reasons why things may be unchanging, may not be successful for you right now, is because you're doing too much. You're taking on too much. And eventually your body, your energy, your focus, just, it has to shut down at some point. The energy source just gets cut off, and there's no help for that until you rest and recoup. Alright, we're going to move right on to Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Deep Freeze in the reverse, Rescue in the reverse, Movement in the reverse, and Dragon's Lair in the reverse. Oh my gosh. Seems like things are either going really great or really not for the signs this week. Like I said, we have an eclipse at the end of the week, so I'm not particularly surprised by that. I kind of feel like maybe slow and steady wins the race here for Libra. It's not that you have to come to a standstill this week. However, you can't pour from an empty cup. So if you are already running on empty, running on E basically, running low, slow down. Slow down and conserve your energy. Make sure that what energy you put forth is worth it, that it has a payoff, that it is something that is essential. So be conservative this week. I'm not saying you have to shut everything down and turn everything off and hide in a cave and, you know, be a hermit. That's not what I'm saying. You're not going to be good to everyone all the time by putting them first. So slow down, put yourself first, take things easy, conserve your energy and make sure you're not wasting your power, not wasting your energy, that your efforts aren't just thrown in the garbage can. Alright. And we're on to Scorpio. What's going on with my fellow Scorpios this week? Metamorphosis in the reverse, stuck in the mud in the reverse, magical stream in the reverse, and mountain in the reverse. Oh boy. Okay, sometimes things don't need to be forced. Just because you're told no doesn't mean that eventually it's going to be a yes. Sometimes you're forced to disconnect from things, and they remain an obstacle, they remain a closed door because they're not meant for you. So sometimes no really means a no. And that's okay. And it's not going to change. And you should carry on. So pay attention to the things that seem unwavering or unyielding, and move past those. So just disconnect from them, acknowledge them, disconnect from them, and realize that, okay, that's an obstacle. That's possibly a no. Don't try to push past that energy. Don't try to force it. So if you have a door that closes in your face, even if it's slammed in your face this week, realize that that's not something you have to try to plow through. Just acknowledge it, observe it, maybe question it, but keep moving forward, doing whatever else. So don't get it in your head that you have to be stubborn and this is the only direction you can go in. This is the only way you can do things. This is the only way this can happen. Because when the universe shuts the door and tells you no, there's probably something else you can't see or something else you don't know. Alright, and we're going to move right on to Sagittarius. Woo! That went far. We have a Wizard of Awareness in the reverse, Gentle Gardener in the reverse, Coming to Life in the reverse, and Rock Bottom. There's a lot of struggle this week. Okay. Sags. You are probably not wanting to look or become aware of your own, for lack of a better word, demons. And for that, of course, those wreak havoc in the background. So trying to function in a way where your demons don't exist is hard. Trying to exit that phase. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the Sagittarius placements aren't operating in a type of survival mode this week. You might be extremely hard on yourself. You might have issues with your ego. You might have issues with your self-narrative, coping mechanisms and such that have been there for too long that you've just let go. And now it's halting things in a major way. So you try to be more attentive to the little voice inside your head, any demons you have, anything that would consist as quote-unquote devil energy in the tower. Focus on that and see what comes to your attention, what the source is, because then you can deal with it afterwards. But you have to identify it first. You have to start paying attention to it. Alright. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What's going on with you guys? Protecting treasure in the reverse. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What's going on with you? Whoa. Okay. We have Protecting Treasure in the reverse, Heal the Ouch in reverse, Talisman in the reverse, Spark, Education in the reverse, Cleaning House, Moonlight in the reverse, and Compass in the reverse. Okay. Wow. Okay, Capricorns. You're probably going to have a moment to clean up your own mess. Or at least your own baggage, if that makes sense. You have a soft spot. Something that is unhealed, unaddressed. You know, it's a big red button that somebody can just walk over and step on it. And for quite a while, this is something that you haven't addressed, that you haven't fully healed. But now's the time to get creative about what you didn't learn before. Like I said, clean up your own mess, clean up after yourself, pick up all those pieces. Because until you do, you're not going to have a direction on how to fix it. So there's something here you missed. And you kind of need to go back through. Got to soothe it over. Not repress it. I'm not saying repress. Soothe things over. Heal things over. Make it better. You know, stitch the skin together after you clean out all the wound. That way you see where where you've been operating differently with that there. For example, if you've been heartbroken, yes, broken heart leaves a wound, and you have to heal your heart. You have to heal your trust issues to get creative and clean out that past relationship and all the negative toxicity, distrust, etc. that comes with it. That way you're not still functioning from that lost, wounded place. Because past wounds have a reflect on the now. So if somebody's done you wrong recently or in the past, pay attention for things to come up, whether you get triggered, perhaps you're having difficulty moving on in a specific area. Well, go back through and see if there's any trauma, see if there's any ancestral wounds, anything of that nature in that particular area. I think if you get in there, you start digging and knocking things around, you're going to realize there is something there that has to be addressed. Alright, and we are almost through the Zodiac already. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What's going on for you guys this week? Wide open in the reverse. Field of Dreams. And encouragement in the reverse. Ouch. Okay. And I have a friend who is Aquarius Sun, and this totally resonates with him right now in his current circumstances. So, not surprised. But for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you might actually close yourself off from the good things, the happy things, the things that make us dream, come alive, hope, desire. And there's two ways this could be. You're either shutting down because of something somebody else said. So maybe somebody rejected you. Maybe somebody said something that was highly critical and you didn't take it well. So you shut everything down and you decided no longer to hope in that area. Or you're letting your own experiences, your own narrative, your own ego get in the way, that it's now killing your enthusiasm. It's now shutting down your hopes and dreams for the future. And I'm sorry, but that's a little bit of a dark place right there. Yep, right there. You may feel that things won't improve, things won't get better. So why dare to hope? So there's a little bit of a pessimism attitude going on here. It's one of those, hey, it won't get better, why bother? And unfortunately, when we live in that energy and stay in it too long, we manifest that outcome if we don't have it, or we just, laws of attraction, we pull it in. So if we decided that, I never get this, I never have this, why would I ever expect it? I won't get it anyway, etc. That's you blocking your own happiness, your own joy, your own enthusiasm. be careful with that. Because as much as you could have good things coming your way, you're now keeping it at arm's length. You're shoving it away. And that's not so good. That's not all hunky-dory. So beware of whether you are being pessimistic and giving into the negative, or if you're letting other influences from outside alter your emotional and mental balance. Don't let everybody else be a killjoy. And try not to let your own inner critic kick your butt this week. Alright, and we are already to our last zodiac sign. This is for Pisces. Sun, Moon, and Rising. What is going on for my fellow water signs? We have Slow and Steady in the reverse, Stormfields in the reverse, Bone Collector in the reverse, Movement in the reverse. If I remember, we had another sign where it had these three cards that only in the reverse order, but they were all in reverse. That went everywhere. We have Details in the reverse, and Dry Desert. Huh. I very much want to say that the devil is in the details for Pisces this week. You got to slow down. You got to take a look around. I'm not saying slow down and smell the roses, but be more aware of what's happening to you and around you. And for that to happen, you actually really have to slow down. You can't just always face forward and let everything zoom past you and not look about your peripheral to see what you've missed. This week you really need to see everything that's whizzing by. And when I say whizzing by, I don't mean physically around you. You're going to have to go inward and see. And this is actually quite interesting. I will say anything that you probably have set out to achieve this week, don't expect a fast result for it. Slow way down. Make sure you get it right. Make sure everything's in order. And don't get frustrated just because you can't get everything done all at once really quickly. Things take time. Things take effort. It's kind of like making wine. You put all the ingredients in, you let it sit, you skim it all off, you put it in a new bottle, you go ahead and, add more sugar, you put it back on the shelf for a while. And the longer you let things sit, the better it is. So be aware there's something that you're probably going to have to tackle with purpose. You can't be a bull in a china shop trying to force a result, force an answer this week. You're going to have to move with purpose, and that means slowing it down and getting it right and realizing this is not a be-all, end-all thing to get done in the week. This is something that lasts much longer to accomplish. Action with purpose. And because we are dealing with eclipse energy, I will be kind enough to pull another card. Yeah. If you really want something to happen, you're going to have to be aware of where your attention and focus is, where your concentration is. You might end up accidentally half-assing something. If you don't slow down, something will be incomplete. It's going to take more effort. It's that action with purpose, movement with purpose. So you're steadily building on to something, steadily trying to complete something. And you can't go from the starting point to the finish line in 3 seconds just because you want it. You have to slow down and do it correctly. Which means slowing down, paying attention to it, details, being clear on it, concentration and focus, and doing it purposefully, doing it correctly, making sure it's quality and the way you want. And sometimes there's no way you can rush something like that. You have to do it at the pace that is required for it to complete it. And no amount of you wishing that it would go faster is going to change that. I'm so sorry about that. Alright, my lovelies, we have gone through the entire Zodiac for the week. Hopefully all of you will be okay. Some of this was more fun, and some of this was kind of dark and deep this week. Not surprising with a eclipse, and we have one more later on in the month. And by all means, also, if you guys have not voted for November's Deck Strength versus Weakness series, the featured deck of the month, please go to my community tab and vote for which deck you would like to see. The current deck of the month, the deck for October, that part will actually air the day after tomorrow. So it will air on the 6th of October. All 5 parts will release consecutively, so from the 6th to, the 10th of October. So be on the lookout for it. We'll see what other new, fun, exciting things will come out this month. I do apologize for changing my day for the live stream. I'm pretty sure I've thrown more than one person for a loop. Like I said, I probably missed you during the live stream because it's at an odd time. But thank you so much for joining me in the playback. If you've made it this far, try to enjoy your week, and I will see you guys later. Bye.